So I just finished It's What's Inside, and it's actually one of my favorite genres of horror movies, so I wanted to gush about that for a second. Though I don't know how many people would call It's What's Inside a horror. I think it's like a thriller, sci-fi, maybe horror comedy. I prefer to call this genre neon camp instead of neon horror. You see, neon horror has like this definition that I want to slap on here, but a bunch of people lump movies like Neon Demon and The Color from Outer Space and Annihilation together in there, and like, that's not the vibe. Neon Demon has more in common with I Saw the TV Glow with these hypnotic visuals and colors than these other movies. The pacing is usually quick and fun, there's an element of camp to everything, obviously, and the story is usually just going off the rails. It's like how Neon Action has Gunpowder Milkshake and Guns Akimbo, but it also has John Wick and Atomic Blonde. And I love Neon Camp so much. There's the horror era homages of the Fear Street series where each movie takes on a different genre, but with enough of that 2020 camera filter that it all feels so crisp and modern. Night Teeth feels like it was made on a budget of shoestring and glue, but it is also as much fun as Guns Akimbo with this short, compressed story about a driver who is paid to take two vampires out for a night on the town. And the Escape Room series is my absolute favorite, not this one, this one. It sets up these Saw-style traps that have these consequences for failure if you do not escape the room on time, with all these funky visuals and amazing set pieces that are just a treat to watch. And now It's What's Inside is doing more of a character-focused, whodunit, Glass Onion, Knives Out type of thing, but in the context of a body switch story that goes terribly wrong. It has all this snappy editing, this excellent use of color and contrast, and just some of the most fun dialogue and composition I've seen in a while. There's so much to gush over, not only with the sets, but also how the story is told and retold with these varying stills and images. The story is basically screaming at you with visual exposition at every turn, but I absolutely love it. Not only for the snappy adjustments of Forbes' backstory when new people give it more context, but also whenever one of our main Shelby interacts with social media and has this large focus on her perception on these platforms. It's just so beautifully done, and it's such a fun element to ride with. And also for a movie that is balancing this ensemble cast and relying on you to denote who is who by their personalities, since they're going to be switching bodies every now and then. I think the early introduction scenes and all of the time that they have talking to each other really gives you a good sense of who is who. Perhaps not with the most depth, but you get a really distinct idea of their personalities from the kickoff, and the dialogue chosen in scenes are used to their fullest effect to get the ball rolling, and once it's rolling, it's just such a fun roller coaster all the way through. So yeah, I loved it. I had a lot of fun. Happy Halloween. Go check it out if you can.